His name is Dave Harper. Some of you may know him. He is the owner of Sharp Images on Newbridge and Willow. I call him a mover and shaker like no other. He has a heart for this community and for young people. He has an organization that's called Barbershop Boys, and he has been speaking to SEP professionals since 2019. Every summer, he stops his schedule to be able to speak to the young SEP professionals. So today, he will be talking from the subject, Trust, Lean, Flow. You were created to make a difference. I want to introduce to some and introduce to all of you our esteemed brother Dave Harper. The floor is yours, Dave.
Hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, how y'all doing? Everybody's doing great this great summer day out there. Like you said, my name is David Harper. I'm a barber here, business owner in Menlo Park. Been on my business now for 8 years. Been a barber for 24 years. I have a shop located right here on Willow Road in Newbridge called Sharp Images Hair Care. A great shop, beautiful shop. I love what I do. I love cutting hair. Give me a chance to step into people's lives and change people's lives by just cutting their hair. Yeah, I love what I do. Been a blessing to come speak to y'all today and every year to speak to SEP and help you guys out on your voyage, on your journey to become great human beings. And I just want to give you some game today, just about some things that I trust, some things I lean into, and the flow that I've learned to just go with, First off, I want to say that I'm proud of you guys for taking the step, on your future, and not just sitting around, not just walking around, but actually, being around, showing up for yourself. Courage is being strong enough to show yourself to the world, to show your ideas to the world, your strength to the world, yourself to the world, your weaknesses to the world. That's what courage is. It's about being strong enough to show yourself to the world, to show who you are. Years ago, I was when I was about your age, a little older. I was in the city of San Francisco and walking through downtown. I'm looking around the buildings. I'm seeing that these places are huge buildings, and they started off as mere shells, mere frames, and started off with a plan, first design, first architect. Had to come together and draw a blueprint on what they wanted to do with this building, and it was an idea that took courage first to start off with the idea. Then they had to build it. Then they had to frame it, put the sheetrock up, the stucco, and start to manifest their idea into reality. That's what courage is. It's stepping into an idea that you have for yourself, and then taking the first step to go and build it, to go and lay that sheetrock, to go and lay that groundwork, to look at that blueprint and say, this is what I want to do. I got the courage to show myself to the world, because when I'm walking through those streets and looking up, I'm like, wow, these are amazing buildings, but I don't know what's inside yet. I just know that they're buildings, though. That's how we are. That's what courage is. Courage is stepping into a void, an empty space, and deciding to fill that void. Everything around that building was built for a reason, to change something, to do something, whether it be a building for insurance or a building to do finances. It was built for a reason, to do something, to change someone, to change something. So when I first got my business, it's just 8 years ago. I just made 8 years on June 1st this year. Round of applause. But when I first stepped into my business, it was the empty shell. It was an old barbershop. Nothing was there. It was old chairs, old carpet on the floor. Nothing was in the building yet. But I had an idea of what I wanted it to be. That's what courage was, to step into the world, step into that building, show myself that I can do it for myself. It's taking a blank space and saying, I'm gonna create something very beautiful in this place. I'm gonna create something very beautiful. I'm gonna take this idea, not knowing how I can do it, not knowing how, when, what tools I'm gonna need. We'll start with the idea first and have the courage to manifest that. Y'all are that people. Y'all are me. I am you. You have to step into yourself and show up for yourself and start with the idea. You may not have the where-how, the know-how to do it. You might not even have blueprints yet. You might just have an idea. But the courage is showing the world that you can take that idea, share that idea. That's what courage is. You got to lean into it too. Don't just have it. You got to lean into it fully. When I wanted to shop, I knew I wanted to shop. From the age you're at now, I knew I wanted to shop way back then. I'm 44 now. I have my shop for 8 years. That means I didn't get my shop until I was 36. All those years up until that point, I was building. I was looking at that blueprint and figuring out how I'm gonna do it. Everything that we look at, we walk by these buildings and we see people, we see buildings. We don't know what's inside, but we know that something in there is being created for someone, to change someone. So when you walk past my shop, you know that somebody's in there getting their life changed. Somebody's getting that fresh haircut, and I had to step into that space, step into that person, step into that belief and that dream in order to make that happen for that person that one day. I didn't know it was going to happen. Nor the person in my chair yesterday know they were getting that cut. But way back then, I had to step into that idea, had to trust myself to lean into that idea and know that one day I'm going to be doing what I'm doing right now, servicing my clients, making folks smile. But it didn't happen overnight. It didn't happen overnight. It took a lot of ups and downs, and a lot of times where I felt like, okay, this is not going to happen the way I want it to happen, but it's going to happen though. I had to have that strength, keep on pushing. A lot of people are getting caught up in that maze, the maze where the strong will keep going, and the weak sometimes won't. It's a maze where you have to believe. You have to have courage to keep on pushing around those corners. You might hit a dead end, but keep on pushing. Like a lot of times in my career, my choices, and what I decided to do, it was some times where I felt like, man, this is not going the way I planned it to be. I planned on being a business owner right away, but things don't always go as planned. And I look at those buildings I was looking at back in the city and walking through them, and I looked up and I didn't know how they were built. I just knew that they were beautiful buildings at the time. Whoever created them, they had to have a mind to create this stuff from the beginning. They didn't know this was going to be an insurance building or whatever. They didn't know what it was going to be or what it was going to house, but they had the wherewithal and the courage to build it anyway. To say, look at this space, right? Look at this space. I'm going to fill this void. When I walked into my shop, it was an empty space, but I filled that void. And now I walk inside, I got stuff on the wall. I wanted to show you guys today, but people are in there cutting, so I didn't want to be all loud and shouting and speaking while they're cutting hair, disrupt them. But when you come inside, you'll see what it is now and where it was when I first started. Like I said, we are that. We are that canvas. You are that canvas. You are right now. You are empty space. You're empty space. You have to feel yourself, show up for yourself, and fill that void, and then you can create something beautiful. Like when I look at my shop now, I walk in there every day. Everyone, I open my door, I walk in, I put the key in the door, open my door, and I'm like, wow. I never forget what it was when it was just the frame. It was just the building. I never forget that day when I walked in. It was like, wow, nothing is here, because I had to fill that space. The same way with myself. Before I got to where I am at now, whether it be with a barber license, whether it be with a degree, I was an empty space. I had to fill that void. I had to trust myself. I had to have courage to make that step, to make that leap. And then you had to lean to your own, to lean to your own understanding. You had to believe in yourself. A lot of times we don't believe in ourselves to make things happen. And sometimes, like I said, it won't go as planned. I remember when I first at the shop, I put everything up. I put the chairs out. I put the floor up. I pulled everything out the shop. And I had till Tuesday to get everything done. I had to put a new floor down, had to paint the walls, had to put up stuff on the walls just to be there for Tuesday. Saturday came, the guy said he couldn't do the floor. So I'm like, wow, what am I going to do now? I didn't stop. I said, I'm gonna improvise. I brought the chairs back in, and I still saw the vision of my floor being laid down. When folks came in, I still said, don't worry about the floor not being here. It's gonna be here Monday. And I believed in myself. You know, you got to fill that void that people can't see. Sometimes all we see is the building. We don't see what's inside. We don't see that what it took to put what's inside. All we see when we drive by is that building. It looks nice, but it might be an empty shell. Don't look nice on the outside. Make sure you fill yourself up. You fill yourself, because we are all have voices within ourselves. You got to fill yourself up and have that courage. Like I said, courage to step into a space and having the courage and strength to show yourself to the world, show your ideas, show your strength, show your weaknesses. That's what courage is. It's not about just being A1 from day one. It's about having the strength to show yourself, show your ideas to the world, and then believe in yourself. Number one is believing it's possible. Number two is trusting that it can be done. Number three is believing that you're the ones who get it done. You know, if you don't believe that you can do it, first of all, then you won't. If you don't have one of those steps, it won't happen. Like I said, number one is knowing that it's possible. Number two is knowing that it can be done. Number three, knowing you're the one that can do it. You have to believe in yourself, trust in yourself, lean into it. Then go with the flow. Go with the flow. You know what I'm saying? Everything's not gonna happen the way you want it to happen. Go with the flow. Life is full of many, many different ups, downs, lefts, rights. Like I said, it's a maze. Don't get caught in the maze and give up. Lean into that. Lean into it and go with it. If you can't go left, you hit a roadblock, go right. You can't go right, then go up. You can't go up, then go down. But figure out a way to make it to that end, into that goal line, into that touchdown, to the end of the road where you are happy with what you decide to do. Now I'm at a point in life where I'm happy with my decisions. I know that I saw I saw a space that was empty, and I filled that void. I showed up for myself. That's what courage is. It's having the strength to show up for yourself, to believe that you are the change. You are the one. Like I said, we are all empty right now. We are all empty spaces. Show up for yourself. Show up within yourself. Fill your void. If you want to be a barber, if you want to be a lawyer, then fill yourself with something that requires you to be a lawyer. Learn about law. Learn about what it takes to be a lawyer. Be a doctor, the same thing. Learn about it. You got to fill that vessel. You got to fill yourself with the things that you strive for yourself, that you want for yourself, because that's what it's all about. You know, not giving up. You got to stay strong. The hardest part of doing anything is realizing that after that first step, it's easy after that. The first step is always the hard. I always say this all the time. Like, you know, you can have an idea and want to do something and be sitting here thinking about, man, I want to do it. And until you do it, you never know that you could do it. Once you start doing it, you're like, wow, I should have been did that. I should have been did it. You know, for a while, for years before I became a barber, I wanted to be a barber. You know, and I didn't know that all it took was me going to school, to go to barber school, to get my license and all that stuff. So I cut in my garage for about 5 years. And, you know, I cut different places and would go around and cut people starting in high school. And I finally decided, you know what, let me look into what it takes to be a barber. I looked into it. Step one, go to school, went to school. Step two, take my style license, took my license, I passed. Step three, get me a shop or find me a shop to work into. Then when I was sitting there in my chair at the shop I was working at, I was like, wow. Imagine if I had still been cutting in my shop, in my garage, and not took the first leap to decide how I want to do this, or decided to do it. That's what courage is. It's about having the strength to show up for yourself, and then to show others your idea, to show other people that, you know, this is what I want to do. I'm gonna show up for myself, then show up for y'all. Because every day I go into my shop, I'm showing up for people. I'm not there to cut my own hair. I'm there to cut other people's hair. I'm there to change lives. You know, I was born to do this. I was born to be a difference. I was born to change lives by cutting hair. And like everything up until this point, I feel like was meant for this moment. Even speaking to you, in this moment right now was all part of the process of me becoming who I am. I didn't know it was gonna happen the way it happened, but I saw it through. I had the courage to decide that I want to show up for myself first. Then I want to show up for people around me. I want to share myself with others. I want to share my idea. That's courage. Courage is you guys being here right now today, deciding that, yo, I want to be something. I want to change the world. You know, but first you got to change yourself. Sometimes you can be your own roadblock and don't even know it. You can have every excuse in the book, like, why can you be here? Man, it's too far. I ain't got time. You can be your own roadblock. And it ain't nothing to do with being too far. Not create the time, create the space for yourself, create the space to fill that void within yourself. That's what I did. And I can tell you one thing: it brings you so much happiness and joy. I mean, the best joy comes from self-achievement, comes from realizing something that you thought you couldn't do and then doing it. That's the best joy in the world, because you have that strength now that you know that I can do anything I want to if I decide I want to do it for myself. I can tell you all day, hey, you can do this, you can do it, but until you decide you can do it for yourself, you won't do it. Pastor can tell you every day, hey, you can do this. She can shout SEP every day. It's a place for me. But if you don't decide that you want to do it for yourself, you won't do it. You gotta decide that you want to be the change. Then you can start to be a change. And like I said, every day, I don't take one day for granted where I walk into that shop and I see what I've done and thank God and thank myself for what I decided to do for myself. And now that I've done it, now I can be a blessing to other people. I can change lives. Every day people were telling me, like, calling me back like, Art, man, just cut the weekend. Man, I had a ball. Went to the club. I knocked this girl, knocked this movie. It's like, that was me showing up for myself first 20 years ago. 20 years ago, it go back that far, just in that one cut. It goes back to me showing up for myself. So now I can be a change for that person. That's what it's all about, y'all. I can't see no other way but trusting in yourself, leaning on your own understanding, God's understanding, and then going with the flow, going with it. It's not going to be always easy. Everything I've done up until this point has been hard. But the easy part was doing it, believing in myself. That's the easy part. I may not have known it back then, but I know it now. I know it now that it was that easy for me to make that call and figure out how to go to barber college. It was that easy for me to show up to school to go to barber college. It was that easy for me to take a test to become a barber. But before that, I thought it was going to be hard. I thought I was going to be like, I can't do this, until I believed in myself, I trusted in myself, and then I talked through the process. I went with the flow, and now I have this platform. I can be changed. I can make a difference. And, a lot of stuff that we do in life, we don't understand, but everything we see around us was built by people who want to see a change, who want to make a change, wanted to see a difference, whether it be the buildings, whether it be a car. This car was built so you can drive. Drive to where? To make a change. Everything we do in life was built and designed us to make a change. In the same way I look at my shop now, it was built and designed for me to make a change in someone's life. So I can't say it no other way but to just believe in yourself, trust in yourself, go with the flow. Don't let times that when you're stuck somewhere, it calls you to say, I can't do this. We can be our own roadblock. Don't be your own roadblock. Believe in yourself, trust in yourself, have the courage to strong enough to show yourself to other people. Because that's what it's all about, opening up and showing yourself. A lot of times we are scared to not open up and share our ideas, to share who we are, to share your thoughts, to share the process. The hardest part, that having my shop and building up to where it is now was every day. It wasn't done. A lot of people see my shop now. I think I walked in, it was that way. I think I bought the shop, and I turned the key, and it was a brand new shop. Nah, I had to every day build and still cut hair in the process. But you would come in some days, there would be a TV here, some 2x4s here, and I had to share that process with other people. And that took courage because, like I said, I would have loved to walk into a place walk into that building, it'd be done right away. The first day you come and get a haircut, you'd be like, wow. Yesterday was a abandoned building, and today it's a brand new shop. It wasn't like that though. I had to look into a space that was ugly and create something beautiful. I had to fill that void of that space that I thought that was, I mean, dilapidated, crusty, ugly, rugged, rigid, and then fill that void with an idea, something beautiful. And now I walk in, like I said, I'm like, wow, I did that. We are that shop though. I am that shop. You are that shop. Right now, you may be empty. You may have nothing. You may be rigid. You may be rough. All that. But the best part is having that space to look into and filling that void. Having the courage to say, I'm gonna show up for myself. Then I'm gonna share my ideas with the world. I'm gonna share when they come in here, they're gonna see that 2x4. They're gonna see that TV over here. They're gonna see that the carpet being rolled up. Because when it's all said and done, you're gonna see the finished product, and they're gonna be like, "Wow, he did that. He did that. He trusted. He had the courage to believe in himself, and now I can see why he did it. It was to be a difference. It was to be a change to the world. So I want to inspire y'all, just to have the courage. Now I can't say I can say courage again 10 more times because it's a powerful word. It's being strong enough to believe in yourself, to share yourself with the world, your ideas to the world, your growth to the world, your journey with the world, because the world is watching. And even in that time that, I was building my shop, I had the haters out there saying, like, walking by, looking at the shop, saying, seeing the wood here, the door over here, the floor not being put together yet. You're going to have the haters. And they might even try to say that you can't do it, But when it's done, that's the true happiness. That's the true joy. That's where you know that all that fear, all that stuff that you went through in that time was all worth it, because you took a blank space. You took a blank space, created something beautiful out of it. That's what I did. That's what you are. You right now, you are a blank space. We are here to help you. Pastor McNair, myself, we're here to help you and guide you the way. But you are a blank space. Fill that void within yourself and create something beautiful. Fill it. Fill it with knowledge. Fill it with whatever you want to do. If you want to be a plumber, then fill it with pipes. Fill it up. Fill that void. Because once it's done, like I said, once it's done, some true happiness is knowing that you put the work in, you showed up for yourself, you lean into it, and you do not have no doubts. Because doubt can be the biggest killer of your ideas. Self-doubt. You got to believe in yourself. You know what I'm saying? And then go with it. Go with it. It's been a long road for me, but I never stopped believing in myself. I went with the flow, and here I am now. So again, I would say this again: have the courage, be strong enough to show yourself to the world, share your ideas with the world, share who you are with the world. Don't hold it inside. Don't hold it inside. People want to see that process, and they're gonna see it regardless anyway. They're gonna see you. They're gonna see it. But courage is having the strength to be able to show your idea to the world. You can have your idea within your head. It's gonna take courage to show it though. To reach out to Pastor there and say, this is what I want to do. That takes courage. You're already here. It's the first step. You're already here. You already strong to say, hey, this is what I want to do. You're showing up for yourself. Now start to manifest that. Start to walk into that empty building and say, oh yeah, I want that right there. I want this right here, this chair right here, and then manifest it. Believe in yourself, trust in yourself, because it's one thing to think it, another thing to actually share it with somebody. Because when you share it with somebody, then that takes courage. Now you got somebody who's gonna hold you accountable to that idea you share it with them. And they're gonna see you and say, hey man, what happened to what you want to do? If I was walking around and saying, I want to shop, and they never did it, they're gonna always say, hey, what's up with that shop, Dave? It took courage for me to share that idea, because now I gotta do it. And I did it. Being proud of myself is also, something that, granted. Be proud of yourself. Be proud of yourself that you're here right now. This is one of the steps of many steps you're gonna take to be great. you know. And like I said, I'm here at the shop. You ever need some to talk to? Come by and see me. Walk in my shop and see what I'm talking about. See how it was. I'll show you how it was when I first started. I'll show you how rough and raggedy it was when I first walked in there and bought that building. We are that building though. Right now we rough, we raggedy, we rigid, rough around the edges. Let's fill that void up though. Believe in yourself. Believe in the dream you have for yourself, and then make it happen. Nice talking to y'all. I love y'all. Like I said, I'm right here. Come see me. I'm David Harper. It's come see my shop. Now you understand what I'm talking about. It's not always gonna be easy out there, y'all. I'd be a lie if I told you it's gonna be easy. Life is not easy. Life is not, especially for us out here in this community. Especially for us right here. This is we in one of the best areas in the world. Silicon Valley, East Palo Alto, Menlo Park, California. One of the best areas in the world. But it's hard, y'all. It's hard to make it out here. But we can all do it though. I'm a testament to that. I didn't been through it all. I didn't been through it all, but I had to trust myself. I had to have the courage. And I talk about it now vividly because I'm passionate about it. I love what I do. I love being a change. I love being a difference maker. That's what it's all about. So I can give y'all, so I can tell y'all how to do it. But until you decide that you want to be different, show up for yourself, it won't happen. We can tell you all day, but show up for yourself and it's gonna happen. Thank you.
All right, all right. Dave, you got a moment for a few questions if
I
they
do.
have them.
I
All
do.
right. All right. If you all have any questions for Brother Dave, anybody? Oh, there's one right there, Moises.
Hi, thank you so much for your words of encouragement. One of my questions was, you already gave us a lot of advice earlier, but is there some more advice you would give to someone that's trying to start their own business or create a name for themselves?
Um, you want advice as far as like the steps to take to the number one step that I would say, if you have not done this before, like I was talking earlier about having that blueprint, nothing is a plan is only a plan, a dream is only a dream until you write it down. Start writing stuff down. If you got an idea, something you want to do, put it on paper. That's how you got to do it, because you can only, because if you don't, like, even to this day now, I keep a post-it notes at my station and at home too. Whenever I get an idea, I write it down. Then I post it up, boom, because then I gotta see it every day. I gotta see it. I gotta walk past it and know I'm not doing it. So like when you see it, okay, I gotta get that done. If you have an idea in your head, you don't write it down, then you won't see it. You won't be challenged to actually get it done. So yeah, write it down, and then also put the work in. Like, don't just write it down, but then figure out what you gotta do to get it done. You know,
Thank you.
no problem.
All right, all right. I see. I think the next hand was Dylan Taylor.
Hello. How did you know what you wanted to do when you were younger? Like, how did you know that you wanted to become a barbershop owner?
I think for a while I didn't know, but I feel like life has a way of showing us. I didn't know. I got like I didn't know that when I was 16, I was cutting here in high school. I went to MA, and I would cut my friends, and my friends would always tell me like, "Yo, you dope, you can cut," and all that kind of stuff. And I still at that moment I didn't know that I was given the talents to do what I do now. I didn't know until I was 24 that I was born to be what I am today. And like, so you'll have many different opportunities in life, but I feel like whatever brings you the most happiness in life, that's what you should do. Like, right now, it's not a job to me. I'm not working. I'm enjoying life. It's what I want to do. But I could have went and done something else, but I wouldn't have been happy. So I feel like whatever you do that makes you happy, that's what you should be doing.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Rose Mafu. Your question.
Hi. I wanted to ask, what is a good way to, like a good daily habit for us to reinforce, a good mindset and keep our, spirits high for work?
A good daily habit. I actually don't do it anymore. I used to do it every day, but I would get up in the morning and look in the mirror and tell myself my goals. Like every day, I get up in the morning and I actually should still do it because I have new goals now, that I want to see happen. But every day, wake up and look when you're getting dressed and you're getting up and you get fresh and all that. Look in the mirror and say, today I want to do this. Today I want to do that. Or by the end of this year, I want this. If you want a new car, manifest that every day. If you want this, look in the mirror and say and see yourself with that new car. See yourself with that job. See yourself with that new spot that you want. Whatever you want to do, whatever business you want to have, whatever thing. I feel like if you have a goal, if you manifest it to yourself, not only just in your mental, but look at yourself in your eyes and manifest it. Talk to yourself. It may seem weird, but it won't seem weird by the third, fourth day. By then it becomes a routine. And by the first week, you start feeling like you can do it. You start feeling like, okay, look in the mirror like, yeah, I'm gonna be that barber. I'm gonna be that shop owner. And you start believing in yourself. So I would say the best advice I can give, which is a small thing, I know, but it works, is wake up in the morning, look in the mirror, and tell yourself who you are.
Thank you.
All right. All right. Mason, you're up.
Hey Dave, good seeing you
What's up,
again.
Mason? What's
Yeah,
up, my man?
what's good?
How
Yeah,
you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man. You told me a while ago. I gotta come back. Yeah, I shaved the head, so yeah, man. I didn't know the history behind the shop. My
Yeah.
for you is would you open more shops? Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
That definitely is like, the pandemic kind of set me back, but my goal is to open up barber college next,
okay,
so to teach people how to be a barber, and to have multiple shops. The good thing about what I do is, whatever we do, good thing is that, I'm never done. I always feel like it's some more I want to do. A lot of people want to feel like you should stop where you're at or whatever, and be happy with what you have, but never be done. Always set bigger goals and big aspirations for yourself. Like I definitely want to have more shops and also have my barber college too.
yes, sir. Yeah, thank you, man.
No
All
problem.
right. I see Sione.
Hi. I'm sure you've experienced a lot of setbacks in your journey. What advice would you give us that or not advice, but what made you want to get back up and persevere with your journey?
Yeah, I mean, setbacks are part of the journey. That's you know, it's one thing to like people always see the end of the road and think it was just easy to get there. But I would say the biggest thing is trusting the process. You know what I'm saying? People say that term all the time, trust the process. But it's true, man. Like, always keep the finish line in right in front of you. Like it's like I saw what do you call it? It was like a drawing where it showed that a rabbit that was running and it had a hook or a rope in front of him tied to the front with a carrot hanging, and he was chasing, just running. But he had tied the rope to hang in front of him with the carrot. He never forgot. He always ran towards that carrot, but it always was hanging. So he just kept on running, never stopped running because he running towards that carrot. That's your idea. Keep that idea right in front of you. No matter what you're gonna run, you might hit all kind of hurdles and jumps. But if you keep your idea right in front of you, then you should just keep on running, man. Keep going towards it. Keep your goal in sight.
Thank you.
All right. All right. I see Epiphany.
Hello. My question was, even when it was like really hard, when you felt like people gave you negative feedback, like you weren't able to do it, how did you keep going and like persevere your goal?
I think that in those times where people are around you, you have to starve your distractions. So people around you who are being negative or or hating, or you can tell right away. Sometimes you can't tell. Sometimes the hate is disguised, and you can't always see that somebody's being. But you try it. Tell them your idea and see how they respond to it. If they respond to like, nah, man, you can't do that. Nah, that's not gonna happen. If it's always negative, then starve them out, push them away, because they will get in the way of what you're trying to do. And that's just the reality. Unfortunately, it might be your friends, it might be people who are close to you. But if you want to be successful, you have to starve your distractions and feed your focus. Feed yourself with people who are around you, who are going to push you up and motivate you to do better in life. Like a lot of people that I had in my life back weren't great people. I had to starve them out. And then people who are around me now are successful, because success is contagious. It's contagious. Trust me, it's contagious.
Good. All right. I think that's it, Dave. We are so appreciative of you continuously pouring into our SEP professionals. This is a very, very special group, and so I'll keep you in the loop, because I know we have some movers and some shakers in here, and some people that are going to do some phenomenal things, not only locally but internationally. So we'll keep you in the loop, and thank you so much one more time.
You're welcome.
I will see you soon. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Take care, everybody. Give him a thumbs up, a holla, a shake, or something. And remember where he is, on the corner of Willow and Newbridge. Pop in and give him a wave, okay? All right. Thanks so much, Dave.
All right, you're welcome. Have a good one.
All right, you too. I'll see you soon.
Okay.
All righty.